Talking life, love, and the wrestling beat. Step in the ring with the real ones, me, mic in hand. Yeah, we on repeat. Yeah. Tag team champs of the everyday grind. Body slammed out, leave them behind. From the school runs to the grocery lines. Still got time to drop these rhymes. Late night chats over spilled tea. Wrestling moves in reality. Balance it all like it's destiny. Mama life is the legacy. Main event mamas, we run this show. From the ropes to the roads, watch it glow. Real talk, real love, real highs, real lows. Main event mamas, let the good vibes flow. Got a suplex for the drama, pin for the stress, flipping scripts. Yeah, we do it the best. Relationships, goals, what's next on the list? Life's a match, and we never miss. Late bell nights, but we're wide awake. Dreams on lock, no time for fake. This is the hustle of give and take. Championship belts made of love we make. Better than mamas. Better than mamas. Better than mamas. Better than mamas. The main event mamas bringing the heat. Talking life, love, and the wrestling beat. Step in the ring with the real ones, me, mic in hand. Yeah, we on repeat. Yeah. Tag team champs of the everyday grind. Body slammed out, leave them behind. From the school runs to the grocery lines. Still got time to drop these rhymes. Late night chats over spilled tea. Wrestling moves in reality. Balance it all like it's destiny. Mama life is the legacy. Main event mamas, we run this show. From the ropes to the roads, watch it glow. Real talk, real love, real highs, real lows. Main event mamas, let the good vibes flow. Got a suplex for the drama, pin for the stress, flipping scripts. Yeah, we do it the best. Relationships, goals, what's next on the list? Life's a match, and we never miss. Late bell nights, but we're wide awake. Dreams on lock, no time for fake. This is the hustle of give and take. Championship belts made of love we make. Better than mamas. Better than mamas. Better than mamas. Better than mamas. The main event mamas bringing the heat. Talking life, love.
We didn't catch you this time, did we?
No, I looked up. I realized that
You was watching? You was paying attention?
Probably not attention.
You was paying attention this time. I didn't catch you. I love that for us.
And I look real cute too.
You do. You do look real cute.
Oh, thanks. I try.
You do look real cute. All right. Welcome, everybody. Good afternoon.
Hello to our brother Intercondas. Hello.
Hello. The 4 people watching us right now on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter.
Oh, we're on Twitter and Facebook. We're not on TikTok. Okay.
No, we're not on TikTok today.
Okay.
So that's unfortunate. But we have a lot to talk about, y'all. Welcome. Midday with the Mamas, kicking off the day before Thanksgiving when I really should be cooking, but that's a whole nother story. We'll get into that later. If you enjoyed our content this week, there's a lot of conversation about Thanksgiving. Yesterday's live stream was a banger for sure. JC brought all the insights. Kudos to my sister for putting together a magical show.
I try.
Magical show. Hey, Faith. But we got a lot to talk about. You know, we're going to talk about some.
Looks really foggy. Okay, sorry. It looks foggy. Sorry, it looks a little better now.
Okay. Well, we are talking Full Gear. We're talking some AAA. We're talking Survivor Series. We're doing a lot of talking about all things wrestling. So, got a lot to say. Well, this is the reminder that I like to tell y'all that this is the moment where you want to hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss any of our content. Because sometimes we go live on time and sometimes we don't. Thank you. Kudos to Tanisha for the show yesterday, Faith. We want y'all to hit that subscribe button because y'all know we like to be on time, never. And so we are here at 2:40-ish to count down all things wrestling. And the only way you can find out is if you subscribe and get that notification because y'all know it's hard out here. We got a lot going on. Because like I said, I should be cooking, but I'm not. I've been busy, which is my reminder that our new true crime episode is out today. We covered the DC Sniper. All three of the mamas were there for that one. So if you follow us on YouTube, that's where you can find it right now. It's also on our website. It's a good 30-minute listen, our breakdown of the DC Sniper and why it wasn't exactly what we thought it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was not exactly just a terrorism case. And that's your tease to go click and listen to it. And with that, I heard these streets are talking.
Are we playing the whole song or just a snippet?
25 seconds.
Oh man, it gets right to the good part, and then I'm like, okay, go ahead.
Yo, shh, quiet now. Leaning close. The streets are talking loud and clear. Wrestling whispers in your ear. Rumors flying, news is popping. The ropes are tight, no one's stopping. The streets are talking.
Yeah, I know. Well, you know where you can find that song, as a reminder. I am going to do a playlist or something. I'm going to have to release a soundtrack or something so you can get all the songs in one place.
Main Event Mama's soundtrack? I like that.
Yeah, we're gonna do a soundtrack so y'all can get all y'all bops in one place. Maybe we could be nominated for some kind of Grammy or American Music Awards with the way y'all asking for these songs. But here you go. Break dance break. That's right, Faith. Break dance break. All right, so the streets started talking this week. This one's live from today because I was paying attention.
Seth
and Becky were on Something's Burning. I didn't even know this was a show until today. But the first thing I want to point out is that Seth was clearly ready for Thanksgiving because he ate everything that man put on the table. There was chicken. He was excited about the chicken coming out the oven. I was like, we need to go on this show. What is this show where you could just eat the whole time? He's eating bacon. He was going in. I'm not sure what was going on here.
Just be snacking all day.
But shout out to Seth and for Becky, who also tweeted about her super hot husband today because he's just not regular. Or was it her smoking hot husband? Either way, she ain't wrong. And she tweeted about this earlier. But there's a lot of tidbits that are coming out of this interview. So the main thing was about this. It was almost like one of those black items where people, where they're like, they don't tell you the name, but they tell you the dirt. So there is a main roster talent who would pursue sex with women and then blacklist them based on their response. So the funny part was the host was like, oh, it has to be Cody Rhodes. And Seth spit out whatever he was eating and started laughing. So I was like, clearly that's inaccurate. But I was like, I wonder who it is. Let's ask Faith. Does Faith know?
See, myself would just say it's Vince.
I mean, duh. But I think we've captured the Vince of it all at that point, right? So I was like, that might actually be well known. Mr. and Ms. Longback, you know what, Faith? I do hope he's recovering well. He said that he has about a month left before he can start rehabbing.
Yeah, something about he may be WrestleMania ready. But I remember I told you that. I said he probably is going to come back WrestleMania. He was like, no, I don't think so. And I was like,
Technically, according to the healing timeline, he's not supposed to be ready coming back to that. So yeah, I don't know. I don't really know, but he ain't supposed to be ready about that. So there's that. And then she also had this other interesting tidbit. I was like, I'm about to find this interview. Again, that is Something's Burning, in case y'all want to look it up. She said there was always this thing of like, if you get into a relationship and things go south, they're not going to fire the guy. They're always going to fire the girl. You know, it was a very, very scary thing. And this is talking about dating on the roster and why, like, there was just this kind of, she was a little reluctant to participate in shenanigans, which I thought was notable because I'm like, I don't know if that's a thing of the past or because it feels like everybody named Mama dating. So I just thought it was interesting. And it does sound like it might have been something from the past because I was like, I don't know. Triple H don't seem like he gonna fire you. Unless you act crazy when y'all break up. That's a whole different story.
I mean, technically, if you start acting crazy, I think it is warranted that you get fired.
Right.
Not work together no more. It's time to go.
Well, fortunately, it looks like he's pairing up married people. So fingers crossed. This is not a thing we have to cross going or forward or anything like that. But then also, next story, Penta was injured on Monday Night Raw. It was heartbreaking. I had to rewind it like 3 times because I was like, that can't be. You know, I love me some Penta. So the idea that I'm not going to be able to see him week to week was heartbreaking. And then I was emotionally ill prepared. But you want to know what was really awful lately?
What?
The fact that they zoomed in, they have this clip on Solo's face. Because, you know, they didn't put the camera on Penta. So there's this clip of just Solo's face, like, losing it during the match. Or after the injury. And I was like, dude, you didn't do nothing wrong. Like, I remember watching that, like, 2 or 3 times, and it just was a mistake. It, you know, happens.
Yeah.
But there was this whole, like, zoom in to Solo's face, and he was just having the hardest time working through those feelings. And it broke my heart a little bit. I was like, I'm used to him being the comedy relief now. You all right over there?
I need a Band-Aid.
He's more like my son who just came in here and asked for a Band-Aid.
And I thought I had one right here. But I don't. So hold, please. I'll be right back.
Yes, Faith. That's literally where I was going with the story. Was he released his statement, which I'm not reading in its total. Yep, I'm not reading in its total entirety. But it says this injury tested my body and spirit, but it also awakened the strength that has always guided me. I'm a Mexican warrior, forged in struggle, honor, and heart. I will be back very soon, stronger, more prepared, and determined to finish what I left pending. And I am heartbroken because, yes. And he did mention Solo in his tweet and called him honorable, which I thought Solo did a really good job because sometimes people don't know what to do when this happens and they just look crazy. But I felt like Solo handled it pretty well. He stayed in character, but he wasn't overly like vicious or anything. He was just kind of waiting to see what happened. I thought he did a really great job. And I love that Penta released his statement because we was a little worried. I still am worried because it does sound like he'll be out for a little bit. And based on what it looked like, his arm or his shoulder or some kind of area up here, it looked like he wasn't going to make it. So we wish him well. We're sending all the prayers for a speedy and complete recovery. Because, yes, the Lucha Brothers did just reunite, and I was so excited. We're going to get some AAA in a minute. Don't worry. And then lastly, I don't know if this is your favorite story, but did you catch Brock's entrance on Monday Night Raw?
Oh, of course. He slipped. He fell.
And so I wrote on my thing, he was caught slipping during his entrance.
That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one.
He was. And it was a little funny. Thank you. Clock it. Thank you. But I will tell you, I was very confused. And then I was like, is everyone laughing? Is that why everyone's like camera's like trying to like disperse? And then the commentator said nothing, which I thought was crazy because plenty of times they say something. So I was like, really? We're not going to acknowledge that this just happened. We're just going to pretend this didn't just happen. He did laugh at himself. I do agree with that, Candace. He thought it was funny. And I said, oh, look at him giving Braun his hat because that had to be crazy. It's the second time. Like somebody put it on Twitter that he's having bad luck. I'm not repeating that, Faith. But it's true. But I will put it here in case y'all want to know. But it's true. But I thought he did He did pretty good considering it was a little funny. And with that, we can conclude our Streets Are Talking segment. I don't got a lot of talking to do with the streets because we got a lot of stories to talk about. And the first thing I want to discuss today is AEW. So y'all just have to hold tight with me because Tanisha, she hung tight as long as she could.
Until he kept doing something with a fork. And then I'm so sorry, Candace. I just said, I'm done. It's over. It's a wrap. I can't watch no more.
She hung tight longer than I thought she would. I will tell you that. You hung tight much longer than I thought. I was like, girl, this was a lot. This was a lot. You hope his tailbone heals before Saturday? Why? So somebody can kick it? What you mean? I think he's okay. I don't think his... you know what? Faith, I'm going to let that ride. But I think he learned a lesson. Like, you got to stretch or something before you do that. Like, you need to take a book. You need to take a page from Roman. No. Roman be back there stretching.
He was sitting here wearing some dress shoes. Or some... whatever. It was not... ring appropriate or work appropriate. He probably needs the non-slip shoes.
Could be. Could be. Anyway, we hope you heal up. Okay. Well, actually, before I get into, I was going to talk AEW, but I do want to briefly talk about AAA because that's what we did instead. So when Tanisha decided AEW was too much, we moved over to AAA. They do, but don't worry, Candace, it's coming. It's coming right after this AAA conversation because that was when Tanisha said, can we please switch over to AAA? Because we watch it together. She said it's them tight behind jeans and pointy slick cowboy boots. It's
definitely the cowboy boots. That's why I said he needs.
He gonna have to put something on them shoes. You can't anyway. But did you get a chance to watch AAA? How much of it did you get a chance to watch? I know we watched some of it before you got tired because AEW is exhausting.
I mean, I definitely fell asleep. She hung up on me.
I did. But I don't know if you went back and saw any of the highlights.
I got up to the mixed tag team match.
Okay. All right. Well, let me give you something here because I think, you didn't see the Psycho Clown Circus that you were having trouble?
That was before.
Okay, so you did see that, right?
Yes, but the Psycho Clowns, they won.
They did. Mm-hmm. But also, then Bo Dallas showed up on screen. And so I was like, I'm so excited.
Okay, I must miss Bo Dallas because I wasn't paying attention.
Welcome to my life. But this is what I'm telling you. I want to inform you so you're prepared for the next AAA event.
Okay.
It's a challenge for Guerrera de Titanes.
Okay, so Bo Dallas came back. So he shaved off his beard?
No. He was still Uncle Howdy.
Uncle Howdy. Okay.
Yeah. He's still Uncle Howdy. It was actually really fun to watch, to be honest. And so let me tell you, when he came on the screen, well, the Psycho Clown Circus, I did laugh a little when I realized how much she was struggling with those names. And if you watched the video, you saw that I put all the names in there because I don't think she ever made it to all of them. But we've decided that I will be doing those moving forward. So we'll continue on with Kiara's Spanish pronunciation lessons. And we will do what we can to get her some Rosetta Stone or some Babbel as we move forward. I'm going to try to get her an intensive telenovela program because she's really going to nail these pronunciations. So we will revisit that in the future. But I'm excited about seeing them combine. The Psycho Clowns, I mean, I just can't wait. It's going to be insanity to see them together. You know how much I love AAA. So all the crazy, all the fun. I did get a chance to see Chelsea and Ethan wrap things up. I just love those two together. I don't even know. I never want them to be separated. I'm glad they're not actually physically together, but I never want them to be separated because I just think they make such a complementary team. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, we're going to talk a little bit about, Vikingo's tease. So you didn't probably see this video then. You might have, you might not have, because I can't remember where it was. Well, Vikingo was talking to Dragon Lee backstage, and he was acting real suspect, which was foreshadowing for the tag match that he had with Dragon Lee against, obviously, El Grande Americano and Dominik Mysterio.
But they won, though.
Yeah, they're out. Yes, Ryan. There's so many injuries. Sheamus is out too. I was like, dear God, we need holy water for everybody. I need you to be strong, because it's crazy. It's too much happening. But it led to like Vikingo just walking out on Dragon Lee, just dipping, and that's how Dominik won. I'm like, word. Granted, the audience been turned on Vikingo, but like I just didn't expect him to just walk out on Dragon Lee like that. And then of course, the Lucha Brothers were supposed to be facing Dom and Americano, but you know, prayers up for what they're going to pivot that to. All right, now we can talk AEW. Are you ready? Whew, I got so many thoughts, girl.
Hello, Nessa. Hello, Nessa.
Hi, Nessa. I have so many thoughts, AEW. Girl, I'm trying to think. Did I write it in the notebook? There was so many thoughts. I don't know.
I just need to understand why he's obsessed with the fork.
Okay, so you want to start with that match? You want to start with Kyle O'Reilly and Jon Moxley?
Yeah, just need to understand why he's obsessed.
I don't know.
Locals. See, I can say that. Los Gringos Locos.
Yes, good job. Thank you, Nessa. Yeah, well, we'll see. I still am like, I was really looking forward to that tag team match, but we can hold out tight and wait. But nonetheless, all right, so Kyle O'Reilly and Jon Moxley. This was the match where she tapped out. She was like, I can't do this anymore, because the fork was a bit much. And even I have to admit the fork was a lot. And then I had questions about silverware in general. I was just like, what kind of fork does this kind of damage? Why is the fork so pointy on the other side?
I started stabbing him with the needle. With his nipple. I was like, okay.
Okay, yeah, that was a bit much. I feel like if they just pull back a little, we would have a masterpiece. You know what I mean? You just got to pull back. Every match doesn't have to be bathed in blood. I just need them to pull back a little bit, and then we wouldn't be where we were. We wouldn't have had to tap out. Well, you wouldn't have had to tap out that early. Though I will admittedly, I tapped out with you because I felt real bad. I was like, oh my God, my sister's watching this dude get stabbed in the nipple with a fork. It's no one asked.
I don't think I would have. I mean, even if I made it there, I think I would have tapped out once I saw Samoa Joe's face, and I'm like, all right, I'm good now. We're good.
Yeah. Okay. I do want to mention that Moxley can't keep submitting. Like,
that's right. He did lose too, didn't he? Yeah.
This is why we can't keep doing this. We cannot keep doing this where Moxley submits and submits and submits. Like, dude, you're ruining your own reputation for me. Like right now, I think Marina's more of a badass. Like, I'm just heartbroken at this situation. I was like, I'm not going to pick you anymore, John, because I feel like every time we do, this is what happens. That's right. Forks are for food, not flesh. That's right, John. Shout out to you here. If Penta is out, I think Rey Mysterio steps in and teams up with Rey Fenix, unless it's Rey versus Dom. I think you might be right about that, because I know he subbed for Rey when Rey was out. Well, not Penta, but his brother subbed for Rey when Rey was out. Did you know, I read this yesterday, that Rey Fenix had not even seen the ring or the setup or anything when he came out of WrestleMania? That was his first time seeing it. They asked him if he had brought his gear, and then he was like, no. And they were like, you need to go get your gear because you're about to wrestle. And he was like, I'm really proud of myself for that. And I was like, I'm really proud of it too. I think Mox should get kicked. Okay, back to AEW. Yes, I think Mox should get kicked out, because at this point, you the weakest link. That's crazy. Because I ain't never. I was like, what kind of leader does this? And then, but technically the other ones didn't win either, so touche. But I thought that was really bloody and unnecessary. And again, if they had just pulled it back just a little, it could have been good. But we don't need forks or knives or any of that. Another thing I need to talk about is Mercedes versus Chris Statlander.
I did see snippets.
Yeah. That was after the crazy match. See, if you had stayed hung tight, there was no blood in that one.
I know, but...
I know. It was hard to get through the fork. I know. Yeah. I know it was tough.
Tired, and then it just kept going more. He just kept going with the fork. It was like he did the fork the one time and then he just kept going. It was like, why you keep going with the fork? Especially for you to lose. Like, that doesn't even make sense anymore. Like, you're supposed to win if you're going to be using an object. What kind of nonsense?
Apparently not Moxley. Apparently not him. But Mercedes, I don't understand this booking. I don't understand this, and I'm going to complain to East Jesus. How are you conquering every other promotion in the world, but you can't beat Chris Statlander? I need someone to talk to me about this because I don't understand it. I need someone to really walk me through why this makes sense for a booking decision for Mercedes to lose to Chris Statlander again. Now, I get it. In the sense of some people said it was like that belt is like her white whale, but whatever. I just still don't think it makes sense. So I agree with Stat winning. I feel like they told us it was going to end like this because Mercedes is distracted. Okay, Candace, I disagree. And I'm going to tell you why. When you have a champion who is conquering everything else, but making her lose to Chris Statlander, it diminishes it a little bit. Like, you're good, but you're not good enough. And then I will argue that as much as I think Chris Statlander is good, I don't think she's great. Like, I understood Mercedes losing to Tony because I just think Tony's a fantastic wrestler. With Chris Statlander, I think she's getting there, but I don't think she's quite there yet, and certainly not at the caliber Mercedes is. And yes, I can understand her being distracted with all the other fluff and muss she got going on there, but I'm not convinced Statlander is that person to keep the title over her. I wish they had built somebody else up, to be honest. Like, we don't really have anyone else. Twice, which made no sense for me. Was she going to do all them belts? You know what? We talked about this, John. She's going to have the Thanos staff. We're waiting. I don't remember which number is supposed to be at this point, and she's going to get paid, obviously, because that's how this is working according to Faith. She's going to continue bringing in top dollars wherever she decides to go. Just telling you that.
I mean, well, I told you that I think she didn't win because that's probably also in her contract. You can't probably have both of these belts. You can keep collecting everywhere else, but you can't have both of the belts. Because let's think about it. She has both of the belts. Then who's going to win? Then it's going to become a thing that she's going to have all of the belts. Then she's going to have both of those belts. And then she's not going to lose. And she can't lose. And she's going to be the longest reigning ring for all of this. And until she's ready to give up the belts. No, I think they did wise by not giving her the belt. And let her continue collecting all these other belts. So then other women on the roster can have an opportunity to at least have a belt. That's from AEW.
But I feel like if you tell the right stories, it could work. But I don't want her with, you know what I mean? Like, I get it. I do not want her with both those belts because then nothing will move. But I think if you tell the right stories, and there needs to be some movement. But if she's in her title building era, it doesn't make sense for me for her to just be losing to Chris Statlander twice. Now, this would have been a good opportunity to have her lose because of or at least not to be pinned in the loss. You know what I'm saying? Like, for her to some kind of disqualification type situation, but not this way. Not her actually physically being pinned. Now, I do want to talk about, I felt like Brian said on commentary that Mercedes is not focused. He did say that. And then Stat kept saying, focus on me. Yes, she did say keep focus on me, but I kept saying why. So I am just not the biggest. I just don't think this makes sense. It would make sense again in the storytelling. Like, if there was a way for her to win without actually physically pinning Mercedes, I would have been okay with that. But this, whatever. I'm not down with it. What does this say? Are we all talking about Thanos money? Yes, we are. Hi, Faith. We are back. If she's going to be RA's TV champ, then beyond. You know what, John?
That's the other thing. She's also collecting all these belts, and she's not defending them nowhere else. She's just collecting them.
Yes.
And I also think that's stupid. If I get it, we're gonna give you the title, but it should be somewhere in a thing. Okay, within a month or two, you need to defend it. We'll still let you keep it, but I need you to defend it because that sounds.
Well,
crazy.
she did. No, she didn't. I was gonna say she didn't defend the title. I was gonna say she did because remember we had that 4-way, but that wasn't the title that she was defending that day. No, you know what I do think it is an opportunity for to bring again. I said like this makes sense if you're going to bring those talent to AEW and have those title matches on AEW TV. That makes sense. It doesn't make sense for her, like you said, to keep carrying these belts for what? And I do think AEW does do a pretty decent job of having other title defenses on their brands. So I would like to see that. I think that it would make better sense if we can do that. If we can go ahead and continue adding new talent for everybody to see and get exposed to.
I think that's overkill. I don't think she needs 20
Would you be
belts.
mad if she ended up with 20 belts? I don't really care how many belts she has, unless, again, she can have as many as she wants. She can collect anything she wants. I just do think, like Tanisha said, she needs to be defending them on TV or something because she don't need all the belts to just be carrying them.
Because to me, her collecting these belts is pretty much to validate herself, saying that she's this good. But you can't stay this good if you ain't defending them either. Like, put the work in to defend all these belts to prove that you, to yourself and to whoever else, that you're deserving of it. That's just what I think. I think, it shouldn't be where she's just collecting them all. Like, so if she gets 20 belts, then she's not defending none of them. And now you hold them for a year, 2 years, 3 years. Meanwhile, these other indie wrestling companies are only getting known that she has your belt, but nothing else. That's kind of crazy.
I think she should get so frustrated that she says, if I can't beat Stat, then I'll give up all my belts. Yeah, I know what you make, Candace. Don't worry. I don't think that's not in her ego, and I like that for her. So that ain't gonna work for Monet. She's not going to go, oh yeah, I can't beat you. But I do, again, this is why if you're going to lose to Statlander, don't let her actually physically beat you 1, 2, 3 in the ring. Because that's crazy with your kingdom building era. That's how I feel about that. You know who I was really proud of though?
Who?
Mark Briscoe. I was really proud of him. Yeah, I don't know if you watched this one. It was Mark Briscoe versus Kyle Fletcher. And
was
yeah, you didn't.
Before? Or was that after?
I don't remember. I think it was before. It was also bloody, so I can't remember if it was before or after. But I do know he avoided joining that black hole of the Don Callis family I keep talking about.
I think I did watch it. I just don't remember. That's probably when I first fell asleep.
Yeah, it was because you were silent. That's probably about right. I do think I was really proud of him. I was really excited that he got this title, and I was really excited that he beat Kyle Fletcher. Even though Kyle Fletcher was like, I'm going to get it back. But I'm just still saying I thought it touched my heart, especially when you hear his story, that package they played with the church music in the background, had me about ready to go shout in the corner. I was like, it is amazing. So I felt touched and just, I felt some kind of way. I was happy. All right, Faith, what this said. Having all those belts, you will be booked nonstop to defend, and I do not think it's all possible. Every woman from all the promotions want a chance. She could have 20 title defenses in a week.
Okay, but I'm not saying she needs to defend them every week. What I'm saying is they can book it in a way where, all right, because she's going to these indies, right? So they can book it in a way where she's defending at least one of the titles once a month, or.
Well, she should have more than one, I think, right? But that's what I'm saying. If she did this, like you said, why not bring them to AEW TV? She's there anyway, so you might as well have some of those. It helps the pipeline too, because I think that's what my biggest issue with AEW is they have not built up some of these characters. So if you start introducing more and more characters to your audience, hopefully, fingers crossed, you build a roster that's worth watching. And it's exciting for your audience every week. and you bring in more of your audience, something that they were struggling with for a while. I don't know if they're still struggling with it because I don't pay attention to that ratings nonsense, but I feel like that would be a way for them to keep being better, growing. You know what I mean? A lot of the regional promotions, people love to go see those. So if you find out that your favorite's going to be on TV, you're going to probably watch. Just saying. Anyway. Also, since we are already talking about the Don Callis family, well, I'm not quite sure what the hell happened with Kenny Omega and the Bucks and all of that there, except that for once, the Bucks won.
I'm about to say, I think they won, right?
They did. They did win for once, and I was really happy for them. I was over the moon. And then, you know, they had to go back and save Kenny Omega because the Don Callis family was doing the most. It was a really good match. I think I forget how good the Young Bucks really are until you actually like narrow, you know, you just like focus on them for a bit. They were really, really good. And I was excited to see it. And it was fun to watch, even though I don't necessarily think Josh Alexander is my most memorable piece of this puzzle. But I'm confused, and maybe y'all can help me work through this. Because I thought when they went to help Kenny, that was them not joining the family. But when I was reading some stuff earlier, they were like, they left with the Don Callis family. So can someone shed some light on that for me? Because I was like, did I miss it? And they didn't leave with the Don Callis family? Because Don Callis, as I recall, he had the money and was like, well, we got all this money in the family now. And I was like, I don't understand what's going on. So Candace, anyone out there, please feel free to let me know what the heck happened, because I'm very confused as to how they get away with beating up the people in the Don Callis family and still leave with the Don Callis family. I feel like Don Callis is not a good family to join because everybody hates each other. Between Okada and Takahashi, it's a hot mess in that family right now, which is why they need to stop building it. It's like a black hole of insanity. So that's my thoughts on that. But that match was great. And then, what else? FTR defeated Brodito, which broke my heart. That made me sad. I love me some Brodito. What? Why are you making faces?
I was like, were you really sad? Because
yes, I like Brodito.
Oh, I just knew my person picked one. So I don't know.
That's what you were going with, your pick one? That's fair.
So far.
And then now I guess we get, oh, well, of course we have to talk about Ricochet. That was the quickest gauntlet match I've ever seen in my life.
I wanted to explain. We and her were both confused about this gauntlet match. We did not understand what was happening. We thought if you got pinned, you got eliminated. Somehow, when he pinned, he won. And we were like...
It makes sense because they explained the rules, but I was only half listening, I think, several times when they explained the rules.
Oh, they did?
Yes, but they explained the rules the week before, too. So they were like, this match could end quickly. And I was like, no, it can't. You know, maybe I wasn't paying enough attention. But I was like, it can't end quickly because what kind of gauntlet match ends in like 20 minutes? It defeats the point. Like, it defeats the entire purpose. And then I wasn't sure what was going on between the Hurt Syndicate because I was like, why would you want to be 1 and 2?
That's what I was trying to do. Like, why would y'all want to be 1 and 2? Especially, and then you started. So
I didn't understand it. And then with Ricochet winning,
then
you know what?
Did his people
shout out to Ricochet.
I'm trying to remember. Did his people ever come back? Because then his people was
they came back at the end when he won.
Which is like what I also didn't understand because I was like, y'all were there in the beginning. Why wouldn't y'all be there for the rest?
Maybe they were supposed to be in the match. I know. Don't ask me. If the Hurt Syndicate can have 2 members, then the Demand can have multiple members in there. I know. I don't know. Again, I ain't writing this. I have questions and thoughts and feelings. I don't know. It confused the hell out of me too. But that was the quickest gauntlet match I've ever seen in my life. And I felt cheated, to be honest. But I do want to tell you that Speedball and Kevin, I think his name's Kevin. I put my book down somewhere. I don't know where I put it. But they were really, really good. I think it was Kevin Knight. Very, very good. I think they got some new fan in me. I didn't realize that they were tag team partners until I should have put two and two together. But they were excellent in that ring. But they were there too, back to back. So that's why I was like, why would tag teams go in this? Anyway, shout out to Ricochet, even though he always got a lot to say. I did see some random commentary that WWE never believed in him and something. Listen, Ricochet did well in the WWE. He had the same kind of mid-card success. So I think it's excellent. I think he's done a great job with this character and the demand or whatever they're doing. I think it's like that. I think that's what it is. Demand, it looks like, you know, do, like the thing from Hunger Games. But I thought it was great. I thought, thank you, Candace. You think Don Callis left with all the money? I did too. But then I was reading something and they were like, no, actually, the Bucks quickly left with Don Callis. And I was like, that's not what my eyes saw. I felt deceived and disrespected. So I don't know. I will be watching tonight to find out exactly where we stand because I'm confused. And that's my plans for this evening. But like I said, congratulations with Ricochet, the inaugural national champion. Kudos to him. This heel run is doing its job. And then, of course, now we get to talk about that thing that you never got to. The thing that you never got to.
Well, the clip I saw was enough. Okay.
Samoa Joe and Hangman was brutal as hell. That was, it was crazy. I will tell you that I watched it all. And, oof. I think they cut my guy too deep. I'm not sure.
It was like nonstop bleeding. And then he was trying to high five people with blood on his hands. I was like, what's happening?
It was.
Swerve was walking down the thing and he's like, yeah, high five. No?
But we were right for once.
Well, I knew Samoa Joe was going to win. I just didn't know he was going to be that bloody.
Nobody knew he was going to be that bloody. I kept wishing somebody would give my guy a towel, not a title.
Don't he normally come out with a towel? I'm not quite.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does, which is also why I was like, where is this towel? You have 900 people in the ring and no one can hand you a towel?
They were all just standing there, too. It seemed weird. It just seemed weird.
It was. But I was excited to see him crowned, finally. And then not as excited. Joe. Yeah. Joe, that's true. Faith. Yeah, I don't.
Wobbling. It was just like, I think
it was a lot.
I think he started like licking him. I was like, what is
he was spitting it out. You know what it reminds me of? Like when you're in the shower and there's so much water running in your face and you just spit it out. That's what it reminded me of. And I was like, I'm a little distressed that that's how much blood you're losing minute by minute. That is concerning me. I was like, somebody needs to get Joe a transfusion. It was terrifying to watch. But then, Swerve returned. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, Candace, so do they have no idea about how to book Hook? Yes, and yes. Yes, 190%. I don't know what the hell's going on with Hook. It was great to see that he did turn, but I don't understand his character right now. Like him and Joe, I thought they did have a mentor relationship, but then there was this whole breakup after he got injured and Joe moved on with the rest of the ops, and then he came back, and then Hook was upset. And then, who is Hook exactly? I think that's the problem that we're having. He needs to do some character development because I don't think we know who he is. I remember when he started talking, and I got even more confused. Like I was like, I don't know what this character is. So I do think they got some work to do with Hook, but he is excellent technically. So how do you translate this technician into this character that is incredible? I don't know. This would be my moment to mention Bret Hart, but he out here acting crazy. So
now listen, can we just talk about that for a second? Can we just talk about,
if you want to?
I didn't hear him say it, right? I refused to like put the words, let me hear him say the words, but I read the words and I was just like, Oh, I sent it to you. I did. I sent it. I said, let me send.
His allegations about Shawn Michaels inventing me.
Mm-hmm. That was. Is he still angry? I was trying to figure out why he started.
So Bret Hart reminds me of those older people who they just be out there talking stuff. Just be, my grandma does this. Granted, she's 80 something, but she be out there just talking. She hate everybody. I told you, there's certain people I can't bring around the house because it just be ultra racist. Like, even though I had a best friend who was Spanish for like years and years, she just used to be like, go see that white girl. It was crazy. That's how she was. And she was the one who I told you when she saw my firstborn son, she was like, you could tell me that you cheated on your man with a white man. I was like, that is not the truth, grandma. But that's how my grandma is. She says stuff like this that's a little off the wall. That's what Bret Hart reminds me of. Just one of those people who just be out there talking just to hear himself talk.
I think my thing is, I thought didn't him and Shawn Michaels make up? I'm confused. I just feel like this became like, I'm just still angry at both of them, so I'm just going to say that this happened.
I do believe that they made up at some point, yes. But I also think, again, idle minds.
Then again, hold on. Then again, back way, way, way back in.
Listen, I refuse to believe this allegation. I am not going to ruin my childhood any further. The deep love that I had from Shawn Michaels will not be swayed by Bret Hart's allegations, okay? I refuse. Okay?
I hear you.
He was delivered by the blood of Jesus. I'm not doing this.
Time out. Faith, you said he is the Canadian version of Cardi B? Oh, yes, when we have beef forever. Yes, that's what I was saying. I figured that he would just still have beef with them. I was like, I'm just going to keep talking about y'all too because I'm angry.
I also feel like it gives Bret some clout, though. Right? So, like, I feel like he does this thing where he just starts talking. And again, I told you, he reminds me of my grandma. Just be talking something. I don't want to hear it. Wait a minute, Faith. Wait a minute, Faith.
Nah, Faith, go ahead. Drop that to you.
Wait a minute. I'm trying to tell y'all no. But I do think he's just one of those people that just gets like mad and he'll say things to just make people pay attention to him. Like my grandma.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I love her though. That's my gram, but she, That's right, John. Somebody needs to give Bret a hug. He didn't get enough hugs in his life. His wife need to handle that. She just need to surround him with love.
Okay, so now.
Faith.
Oh, she says she needs Bret to write a book and I hold back.
I said what I said. He is already saying a lot of stuff, and I'm pretty sure it's leading to a book.
Wait. Then she said, I need him to read Vince's book and Shawn is about to get exposed. I'm just reading.
How do we know? I was not there, Faith. We don't know what Bret has said or not said. Okay. I want to remind you that my grandma don't think she lying either. It's her perspective.
Okay, no more Shawn bashing.
Hey, I done had enough. That's right. Thank you, John. Thank you. We're not going to keep it. Listen, you are not ruining my deep love for Shawn Michaels. Bret is obsessed with talking about Goldberg, Vince, and Shawn like MVP is obsessed always answering questions about Triple H. You know what? You might be on to something, John. You might be on to something. Because I swear, MVP, he knows that he answers questions about Triple H, it's going to be on the dirt sheets. He knows this. And it is excellent strategy to keep people talking about you. And to keep people's eyes on you. And thus keep people's eyes on the Hurt Syndicate. So it is a strategy. Now, I don't know what the hell Bret is selling. But he better be selling a book with all the secrets he keep leaking.
I don't know.
I feel like Bret got receipts he's been holding for a time such as now. And I told you, my grandma also felt like she had receipts for everyone under the planet who she met or never met. Either way, you was all looped together. So I hear you. Perspective, it's a subjective situation. But if he wants to go ahead and write him a book, I will not read it if it features Shawn Michaels. I will not, because I said what I said, and I'm not sorry. And since we're talking about Shawn Michaels, this is our moment to move on to Gold Rush, okay? Because enough is enough. I'm not doing anymore. So Kalani is no longer our TNA
good, though.
Knockouts champion. It was excellent.
That match was
it
good.
was excellent.
It sucks though that it got off of her faster than JC did. JC Jane. What's her name? JC
Jane. I know he got a life before he got baptized and filled with the whatever. I understand that. I don't want to know any more about it though. Are you done? Anyhow. Everybody had life. Cool. I just finished watching it. It was really, really good. I will tell you. I thought Kalani has really risen to the occasion over and over and over again, which I am so proud of her. I'm just like, what happens to her now, though? That's the only thing that happens with this belt, because I feel like the same thing is happening with Trick right now, where they're like, yeah, like, yeah, don't know what to do with you after you lose it. So it breaks my heart a little bit because I just love her and what she's doing. But what happens to Kalani next? And then what happens next with this TNA situation? Because I was really enjoying this little crossover. And so I'm like, are we done with the crossover? Are we going to keep having people go back and forth? Should I watch Impact this week?
But I also feel like they shouldn't have taken it off of her yet. She literally had it for a month, 2 months?
Somewhere around there, I think.
And JC Jade had it for how many?
A lot longer. I would say a lot.
I don't want to say anything, but I feel like this may be a little questionable. Because why? Why couldn't she just hold on to it? Like, why was Trick able to hold on to it as long as he did?
Trick was, I don't know. Trick was a great champion, though. And I will say, I thought JC did a good job, too. I thought Kalani was doing a good job. But I think we're also getting ready to shift to whatever's next for TNA. Because remember, they were looking for a TV deal, right? So I wonder if this is indicative of them, like, in terms of the storytelling of, like, they're getting whatever they were trying to get. So now it's time to start separating a little bit. Because, I mean, what other titles are, like, mixed over right now? Who has any other TNA titles?
No one.
There you go. I feel like they're getting ready to do it. JC had it for a month, too. Thank you, John.
Did she? I felt like she had it longer. Or maybe she had more title runs for it then, maybe?
She won it in July and lost it in August.
That's what Slammiversary. Slammiversary was in July.
You know what, Faith? Let's talk about this for a minute. Kalani to go to SmackDown. Okay, so here's my slight issue I have with this. The U.S. title is on Chelsea. Under no circumstances are they letting Chelsea lose that title right now, because her and Ethan have this whole double title North American stuff on. So I would hate for Kalani to go there and then like try to go after that particular title right now. I think we got at least another 2 to 3 months of probably Chelsea keeping it. I could see that. And remember, they haven't really built up that division, like the mid-card division over there. So I wouldn't like that for her. And I as much as like I usually advocate for people to go to SmackDown or Raw, I think my sister has kind of gotten me out of doing that, because then they just get lost. And I don't want that. What's happening to Julia? What's happening to Mi Chen? What's happening to B-Fab?
After she lost that title.
Deuces, right? Where you at? What you doing? Nobody knows. So I don't know. You know what I do like and I'm going to talk about that a little bit, is what they're doing with Maxine. They had all those people chasing her like she was the beatable champion. Just saying. If Chelsea loses it, I think she should lose it to someone who can elevate it like Becky did. You know what? Yes. That's what I was thinking too. I would like if Chelsea loses it. I think Chelsea was the one who did the best job with that title. But then they never, like, Zelina had it, but we didn't see it. So they're going to have to put it on somebody who is, I guess, a bigger star that they want to see on TV more, because for whatever reason, they're not doing that for anyone else. It felt longer, Tanisha, because Juiceless JC being the champion, not interested in my opinion. She became more interesting, Faith. I will tell you.
She did once she got both of those titles. I think the fact that
Hi, Trell. You okay?
Yeah. Okay. I don't have no more water, but yes. I think she became more interesting once she won the other title.
She did.
And she had no choice but to show that she was a champion. Do I think she should have won the championship again? No, I think they should have kept it on Tatum. But yeah. I don't know.
If not Kalani, then how about Michin? Now, funny that you would mention Michin, because I think she would do a great job with the title. But I don't think it's actually the talent that is the problem. I think it's the storytelling that is the problem. Because if they gave stories to certain people, and that's how you elevate a title. With Becky, they had her, so they wanted to use her. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, oh, Becky, we're going to absolutely use her to do this. Well, if they put it on Michin, the same way when they put it on Zelina, they didn't really have anything for them to do. So they just kind of like let them sit with it for a minute, and then she moved it off to Julia, where they did nothing with it. And then they just gave it back to Chelsea. That's what happened. But yeah, I would love to see Michin with it. I mean, I'd love to see other people with it, but you got to write for those people. Lani, I think, really focuses on her heel turn and maybe wins Iron Survivor and gets into NXT. You know what? Yes, John. I like this. I like this. Where the hell is our favorite, though?
Jada?
Where is she?
On vacation.
Why is everyone always on vacation with you, girl?
I mean,
everyone is always on vacation.
Obafemi said he came back from Nigeria, so he was on vacation.
Okay.
So yeah, I think they're all on vacation because they don't know what they're on writer's vacation because they don't know what to do.
Oh, okay. So we need to get the AI in there working again. Okay, we need to call our AI tool. All right, you know who else I am proud of too? Can you guess?
Miles.
No.
Oh, I was happy for Miles. Okay.
I'm not. No. Fallon Henley.
Well,
you know how much I love me some Fallon, and they had her sitting playing backseat to JC's self. I think she's getting the Obafemi vacation. John, don't get her started on this vacation that never ends. Okay.
She is, and when she comes back, she's gonna be. Everybody gonna be quiet and listening. Just saying. She gonna be doing some Samoa drops and doing some super kicks. Okay. Well, you know what? I thought Fallon Henley's match for Zarya was really good. And I think they're finally positioning Zarya properly, like as a monster. Except they really need to break her up with Soul. And I thought Ethan Page, yes, she was. I didn't see her.
That's because she was backstage segment with Ethan Page, who told her that she should not go out there. He was like telling her that she needs to dump Zarya, and Soul was like, it's complicated. So that is what happened. I have learned that when they go away for a while, they are possibly getting character development, change, or prep. But if you listen to the rumors, I'm not about to read that.
What? But if you listen to the rumors, well.
Okay, I'm not reading it, but I will put it up on the screen.
Well,
listen,
I'm not gonna lie. She's been posting pictures and she has been a little plumpish in her tummy. So I'm not sure. I just thought she was eating a lot of whatever she was eating. Because whatever I was about to say was not going to sound right. So
anyhow, like I said, it was weird that the speed, I'm not doing it, Faith. It was weird that the speed tournament had to go over the 5 minute draw match because none of the ladies were speedy enough to get a pin in that time. Faith? That's right, John. I agree with you. She is still a Scottie Pippen until she really turns on Fatal Influence and saddles up. That's right. You need some water, sister. While we wait for my sisters to figure it out, let's continue. But I'm excited to see what this does. But anyhow. What else? Oh, all I know is Zilla's mama has been doing TikToks with Jada. Did you know that? You ain't know that?
I know that. Well.
But yes, I agree with you, John. If she does not, she need to turn on Fatal Attraction. I know they got over here starting rumors. I ain't seen it. I don't know it. I cannot be held accountable for what the internet is talking about. I don't know nothing about it. But John Cena announced the Iron Survivor participants.
Oh, yeah? Who are they?
So for the men, it's Javon Evans. TNA's Leon Slater. He had some very complimentary words for both of them. Joe Hendry, him as well. You know, your favorite. And then Dion Lennox. And the winner of the final qualifier, which was...
Did you just say he was my favorite?
Joe Hendry?
I can't stand that man.
What? You don't believe in Joe Hendry?
No, don't start singing the song either. Jesus. We do need to have a conversation. You hit me up in that DM, homie. We gon'
She do need her bottle of H2O here, Dijon. I don't know why she acted like she don't need it.
It's empty.
You know you need a cup. Where's your cup of water?
It's over there empty.
Okay, well, so like I said, and the winner of the final qualifier was Trick versus Miles, so I guess it's Miles. So that's what it is.
I mean, I like the fact that Miles beat Trick. However, I understand why Darkseid was coming out.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Darkseid.
Like, it was like, okay, we're coming. It's like, for what? Why did you come? What was the purpose? What are y'all trying to be? Because
I don't know. I just thought it was great to see Dion Lennox again. I love me some Darkseid.
I mean, they came running quick.
It is a very different feel. That's exactly right, John. What I appreciate is not your typical everyone's favorite type of thing. It felt like John really put some thought into it, even though I know it's probably the writers, but it felt like John did this. And for the women,
he did with the writers. He put them in because if we look at, because remember when we did Unreal, he was also a part of his heel turn and how the people who were in it.
That's true. Maybe he did. I don't disagree with that. So the women: Sol Ruka, Lola Vice, Kalani Jordan, Jordan Grace, and Kendall Gray. So your typical fare there, except for Kendall Gray, who, by the way,
she did beat her ass.
Thank you. That's what I wanted to say. I was like, shout out to Kendall Gray and her finishing move, which I thought was great. Miles' finishing move, I don't like his finishing move. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you for the most part, but Miles is fine. I just didn't see. Listen, I don't have a problem with Miles. I just did not want him to beat Trick because now I'm like, where the hell is Trick? They need to figure out what to do with Trick. They need to figure out what to do with him.
I mean, technically, his song is "Whoop That Trick," so he got whooped.
Wah wah.
You know, that was a little funny. That was a little bit. It was a midget. You get it. jeez.
With the exception of Kendall Gray, I can see all of them winning. Yep, I can too. I feel like that way about the men's too. I feel like it's gonna be a good match both ways. Oh, so Dark State was apparently going to fight Bourne. I guess they wanted to attack him.
Well, I knew that, but I'm saying, like, what was the purpose? Like, they were attacking him for what, though? Just because. And who is Miles' dad?
She said, "Who's Miles' dad, Faith?" I don't know the answer. I wonder if Miles talked to his dad when he got back from vacation to ask him about a better finisher. I don't like that finisher. I think Kendall's finisher is better. It does. Well, see, okay, here's my thought, though, John. When Doffler does the zigzag, there's no doubt in your mind. He is such a showman.
Really? Is Randy's son?
If you are lying to her, you already know what's going to happen.
Wait, are y'all lying to me?
Here we go, John.
That's Timu's baby.
I love that y'all confusing her. Y'all doing the most. That is not actually his father, but okay. Y'all got her all wrapped up. All right, let's talk Survivor Series countdown. So I just want to briefly cover what happened on SmackDown to talk about AJ Lee. Was revealed as the final member of the team. We also talk about that on Monday. But I also think, like, I think you nailed that, Tanisha. I think you had picked her already.
Who?
AJ and Becky joining the WarGames team.
I did. Right,
and then, of course, we know Drew Paul and Logan Paul defeated the Usos to get the advantage in the men's WarGames match. They have not made it official, but they look exactly alike, so he is known as Baby Orton. But I do think he is inspired by the Viper. I can see that.
That got me sitting here looking this up, okay?
Y'all are messing her up. Y'all know better. Y'all got her over here looking this up, having thoughts and feelings. It's just like Dominik is not Ray's real son. Oh.
What?
You already know, Faith. You are over here.
What are you talking about? That is
confusing, Tanisha. Why are you doing this?
Time out. Dominik is his son. What are y'all talking about?
Look what y'all doing. Y'all always do this.
Like, what are y'all talking about?
I know they're confusing you, but no, that is actually Ray's son. Breathe. It's okay. But you know, he's also Eddie's son, storyline purposes. I think that's where we're going.
I know that. I
am also tired of the Usos losing, because how are you going to keep telling people they're the best tag team ever and then have them lose to some random... Anyhow, let's talk Raw, because...
It doesn't say who his father is. All I know is he's from North Carolina.
Are you excited about Dominik facing John Cena?
Oh, yeah, because I know that match is going to be a banger.
I think it is, too. I didn't like the mini John Cena person. I was like, that was crazy.
I thought that was a little disrespectful. I ain't going to lie.
That was a little crazy.
Because he looked special, too. And I felt bad laughing. Because special people have a special place in my heart. But that was wrong. I ain't gonna lie. That was really wrong. Like,
what's wrong? I agree with you. I can understand what Randy got. See, y'all got her extra confused. Anyway, the point is,
okay, I'm gonna stop looking at these comments because y'all messing me up. See, now I can't take nothing that you got to say for granted, because now, Faith, you was giving me the tea. Now you're giving me mixed messages of tea. So this is not gonna work.
Anyway, I did not appreciate Gunther defeating Carmelo Hayes. I was really hoping Carmelo would have. I know, we know he is a wrestler. You didn't know he was a wrestler?
No. What is she talking about? They did a DNA test? Why y'all stressing me out?
Tanisha, she's messing with you. She's messing with you. You'll be okay. All right. Look at this. That little person is a wrestler. Anyway, let's talk Gunther versus Carmelo Hayes.
Carmelo did good. It just sucked that we know that Gunther was going to win.
Yes, that's how I felt. I was really pissed off because Carmelo was really cooking. He had one crazy move, but
he did some crazy DDT. But he was cooking. Like he was.
He was.
I don't know if I love you right now, Faith.
This is what happens. You get into our comments, you got her. I'm annoyed Gunther won. He doesn't need this. Melo does. Also, yes, they called Miles Baby Orton. Yeah, we know. We got it now. Y'all just confused her. Y'all didn't need to do that. I'm sorry. I will stop. She said she'll stop. She'll behave now. Don't behave, but do stop confusing Tanisha. Okay? That's not right.
Anyway,
anyhow,
so Carmelo should have won.
He should have.
Because I think if there's any other type of match, I think he would have beat Gunther. No, you don't think he would have beat Gunther if this was any other type of match?
No. So because Gunther had just come back, I don't think that was a thing that they were going to let happen. I don't think that was a thing they were going to let happen at all. But it bothers me because I feel like they keep giving Melo this trajectory that is like baby steps up instead of shooting star up. Like I was like, he should be farther where he is. Why is Braun farther? Why is Orange Braun farther? Because I really did think Carmelo had more.
Because hasn't Carmelo been on the main roster for at least a year, right? Or over?
Over a year. Remember, he was the number 1 draft pick, 2 drafts ago? Or maybe it was, I would say 2 drafts ago if they actually had the draft, but we didn't. So there's that. But I do think, Carmelo is, come on, people. Please. Why are we're stopping his trajectory for whatever reason, and it confuses me to no end. I do not love that. I think that he really strapped the rocket to my guy and let him go. That's crazy to me. But anyway, we all knew that was going to happen. Who do you think would have actually ended up winning between Solo and Penta if Penta wasn't injured?
I still think it would have been Solo. Well, maybe not. Maybe it would have been Penta.
I think it would have been Penta.
I think so. I think that's probably why too. I think Solo looked confused too because he would just look like, what? What's happening?
Right.
Why did this happen? What's going on? I mean, I'm pretty sure they told him, but it still was like, you can see that he genuinely was like, this was not how this was supposed to go.
Yep. They said Penta would have won too. Yeah. At this point, it's either Solo, Jay, or Gunther to rinse. I already told y'all who it's going to be. It is Gunther. They ain't bringing that man back to lose.
Candace said a good point. And I was thinking it in my head. I just didn't want to say it, but they don't.
Nope.
They don't. Because even what are they doing with Street Profits? I haven't seen them, heard them.
Well, I've heard Montez on social media because they're not giving him any time on TV.
Correct.
I think that 3 hours is going to come in handy. It cannot come soon enough. That 3 hours on SmackDown can't come soon enough. Because I agree with Candace and I agree with you on this. We talk about this a lot off camera. It doesn't make sense. Because to me, there's so many really great wrestlers, but they just don't know how to move the pieces. But I think a lot of that is just not having the ability to tell a story at the same time as these other stories. It seems like they focus on certain stories and not, give us the tea, Faith.
I don't know if I could trust it. But You're right. They also don't know how, because Jimmy, I feel like either
Poor
they don't
Jimmy
think
could have
Jimmy's ready,
been.
not ready for a solo, but I think he's ready. I think he has
He's
proven
been
that he
ready.
can do it for sure.
But he was ready even before. But again, you gotta give him the story. So what gave Jay that push into the spotlight was Roman and the Roman story. But by the time Jimmy came into the story, Roman was already on his way out for his vacations. Ones, dos, 14. I don't know, a lot of vacations. He was gone for a long time. So I think that he helped propel that story with Jay. I think we would need him to do the same thing with Jimmy, because unfortunately it doesn't seem like, unless Roman physically participates in this, that we're not going to get the rest of the story that we should have gotten.
Unless whenever Naomi drops Baby Fatu and she comes back, she...
Touche. That could be work. I'm waiting, Faye. I'm waiting on this tea. Because I want to know. What did you think about the beginning with the,
Who's Lance?
I think Lance I don't know why. He left. Yes, he left. I think he was in the developmental program. He had no opportunity to showcase who he was and what he could do. Plus, it took time to recover from an injury. Yes, I do. I remember reading about that, because I had the same question, because he released a statement when he left. It was like, I'm moving on or whatever. But I do agree. I think that's the problem, is that you got to be able to tell multiple stories. You got to keep multiple balls in the air. And I don't know that they know how to do all of that. I feel like that is just a complicated thing for whatever reason. I don't know. I don't understand. Get a board, people. Get a board. Figure it out.
I mean, they have a board. They just need to
Apparently it's not working for them.
They need to use it right. Use it correctly.
Because it's not working. Because I do feel like you have these hours of shows. You have these excellent characters. You have people building other things on social media because you're not giving them the time to do it. But then you just leave them out there. I think it's similar to what happened to Carrion in a way, right? Like, he has this whole social media presence. And I think that they decided to punish him for doing all of that. And that's why they were like, whatever, let him go. Because he was building a bigger brand around them. That's right, Candace. The writer's having a hard time writing.
But they need to get ChatGPT, Gemini, somebody, anybody. And just...
Ooh. The Street Profits are undergoing a grittier development. This is why Tez has been building this inner struggle and split identity. It's going to play out when they come back. Well, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I am excited because I'm finally ready to see that. Because I thought they were going to do that when they came back the first time. If you remember when they came back with Bobby Lashley. And then that only lasted for like 5 minutes because they didn't want to boo the Street Profits. That's what happened. And so it turned Bobby Lashley into a babyface when that whole presentation, I think, was supposed to be them being heels. Because remember, they beat up Rey Mysterio and the LWO, I think, at that time. And like, it's like everyone forgot. They forgot what to do. So we were stuck for whatever reason. The problem is they brought in all the new writers from ESPN who may not have been able to write for this industry, but are writing instead for what ESPN may want. I think this is the problem they have always had, because they don't bring in wrestling writers. They bring in writers who write entertainment things, but they don't know wrestling, which to me seems like a travesty, because there's got to be writers out there who like wrestling, who know the history of wrestling. I
keep telling you, when they be trying to do the hiring thing, that you should be.
I do not want to move to Connecticut.
Well, I just
got out of there. I don't want cold winters.
Who said that you would have to move to Connecticut?
You do. They don't have remote roles, my love. They used to, but they don't anymore. They require people to live and reside in that particular area. But and they don't pay enough for me to have 2 residences, or I would, because then I would do it. But they don't pay enough. Sorry. That's not how that works. Anyhow, how did we feel about Roman's returning and having him opening the show And then that Cody and CM Punk situation.
I thought
How
it was
did we
funny.
feel?
I thought it was funny. Because
That was
at
funny.
the end, yeah, because then it was like, I knew once Cody came out of his mouth and saying, "Well, welcome to the team." I was like, CM Punk was like, pause, because
Not pause.
well, yeah, pause, because what do you mean? What do you mean, welcome to my team? Who said it was your team? Y'all came out to help me beat them up.
Well, you know how he is.
I do, but I did find it funny when he was like, the championship looks better on me, and they're like, "Who you talking to?" He was like, "Y'all can figure that out." Because at this point, it don't really matter which title I have. It looks better on me. I mean, I thought it was funny. To see that he's like, I don't like y'all don't like me, but the person, I hate them more than I hate y'all. So this is why it's going to work.
I felt like he was right. Either title would look better on you. That's what I said. I literally was like, and why is Roman right and more right? Because right now I'm not feeling neither one of them champion. Neither one. So he can come back and come through. WWE requires writers have 5 years of professional writing experience, a bachelor's degree, and a related film, and a strong portfolio of creative storytelling. Oh, I absolutely qualify.
Oh yeah, she qualifies. That's why I'm saying it. I've been trying to get her to do it for years.
I absolutely qualify.
Because we'd be talking about it for years before we did Main Event Mamas.
I don't.
Even while we
Yeah.
do it, I tell them like,
I don't know that that's my story. They also don't pay enough. I command much more of a salary than what they pay writers. I have tea about the storyline as well. Place close attention to WarGames. Turn is loading. Ooh! I'm so excited, Faye.
Cody. I hope it's Cody.
Oh, can it be Cody? Please and thank you. Coming up there with the crazy eye. I was like, Lord, give that man some ice.
Yeah, like but I will say also, I like at the end when that backstage segment when the Usos was like, "Oh, it's us, and we're gonna go," and da da da, and Roman's like, and they walked away. He was like, "So, who's the leader? When y'all gotta fix that?" Because he knew that they should be going out there to go fight.
Exactly. I laughed when Roman said, "Y'all should probably fix this," because I was like, "Why again? Why is Roman right though? Why is he right? I don't understand it. Why is he right? Is it me or is the CM Punk version not hitting like he used to?"
I think maybe because he's older and he's trying to. I don't know. I get what you're saying, but I think maybe it's just because he's older. He got friends now. He trying to. I don't know.
Listen, I told you, I am so bored by the other two champions. I'm not saying this with love because I do like Cody. I just don't think it's working. I don't find it compelling TV for me. And I think a lot of that is that I don't want to compare it to what Roman did, but I can even compare it to what Seth did. Seth was polarizing. You know what I'm saying? Like you felt something when Seth was on your TV. You felt something when Roman was on your TV. I don't feel nothing about Cody or CM Punk. I just don't.
I think it's because they're just not giving. I think once CM Punk came back and then the pall of it all was over, then there was nowhere for them to go. And then it was exciting to see AJ come back, and now they're going back and forth like that storyline between CM Punk and Seth Rollins. That was good. But now that Seth is gone, there's no one to really challenge CM Punk in a way. And then I would say with Cody, since the story of the dad story is over, they haven't really figured out anything else for him. So I hope they make him heel, because then that would be more compelling, that we have a heel Cody who can probably explain or do a different story, do a different type of storytelling that he's not used to.
I can see that. I can also see that probably working. It's just they need to do something. Notice they don't require it. By the way, Faith, that's the other thing about that job listing is that they don't require the product or the industry. But the funny part is if you look at WWE's HR stuff, it does say like it'd be great bonus if you like wrestling. That's what they put there. Bonus. So yeah. But back to what Tanisha said. No, I do think they need something. They need to mix it up. You know what reminds me when we're watching TV shows or like, and they throw in like a serial killer or something to mess up the what's it called? The stories in a sense, to jungle things up, the characters, that's the word. Mm-hmm. Where you just you got to do something. You got to give them a catalyst. You got to give them something. And right now we don't have anything. And then I'm not sure why all of them are sitting here in WarGames. I'm like, that's what we have for everybody? We don't have nobody else, nothing else? I don't get it. They really need to do a better job of telling some of these stories. Roman's point is going to start to be proven that the twins will see that all that matters is family. Do we get the Bloodline 3.0? Because we already did 2.0. I don't like it. Didn't go well. So we do it again. Who they bring in? How we gonna do it?
Well, maybe that's when they're gonna bring Zilla.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't think that they're turning Jay either because by the way, my ovaries were melting when I was watching Jimmy and Jay with the babies coming down the long ass entrance in the arena. You didn't see the baby?
You just said your ovaries were melting.
They were.
And then I thought about what Faith said. So then I just stopped and I just looked at you. That's all.
I don't even know. I'm gonna let it go. I'm not sure. Oh, it's back. No, oh my God. That's crazy.
That's all.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't read that. Just gonna pretend I didn't read that. I mean, that's one way to succeed at life. I don't know. But I definitely think it was so cute watching them with the babies. What?
No, she said if we noticed that the twins have been in more tag team matches instead of singles, and that New Day is having a tag team match, and the twins are going to have another run.
I hope so. I like them together.
I just want to say,
my ovaries, John, specifically.
I want to say I'm not sure what's going on with New Day. Okay, I don't know what's going on with Xavier Woods, thinking that he's some rock star. I don't even know. It was just like, sir, did you just come in here with your jacket half down here and your chest hair out? Like, listen, we need da-da-da-da-da. And then it was just like, and then Kofi's like, yeah. And I'm like, sir, what is up with your face? What's going on here? Like, I need y'all. And then Gracie, that's not his name. Whatever his name is. He just looking like
Grayson.
Yeah, he's just like, I'm just here. Yeah.
He is just there. He is just there. That's literally what he is just doing. He's just there, not doing much of anything. But I will tell you, Xavier Woods' commentary backstage was so freaking funny. He literally said what my brain was thinking, like, okay, so Roman comes out, then Cody comes out, which was at least 10 minutes of interest time. So I was like, why are we sitting here watching them? It was funny and true because I was like, as soon as Roman gets to start talking, then we hear daggone Cody's music. And I was like, he gonna take 600 years to get here too. What? Kofi looks like a dark-skinned Lenny Kravitz. You know what, John? You know what, Candace? Here we go. Thank God for the New Day. Don't nobody clip that either. Don't do that. No, that is, you know what? I like the New Day. I just think they need to, they're not telling the stories that we need. But I do think Xavier was he's always been entertaining. Mm-hmm. And I like I'm telling you, if you watch his commentary about Raw and the stuff that they be telling poor Adam, I swear, they need to give that man all the flowers. Because the way they be driving that man crazy.
Listen, after he left, he goes, I need a drink. I said, see, that's what I'm like. You sound like you did because they be driving you crazy. Like they just be like, to the moon, Johnny. To the moon.
To the moon, Johnny. New Day had to be sidelined for the next feud they will have soon. This is their version of being more street and gritty. They wanted them to have a crime time feel, but modern and not as hood.
So they bougie.
Yes. Yes, they're bougie. That's another way. Also, Grayson need to find some business. They ain't got nothing for Grayson to do. We just said that. They got nothing. Nothing. He just sitting there. Just collecting dust. When does Austin Theory come back? Because I'd be ready to attack him. They could have had a whole feud by now. Because he just up and left that man. Disrespected him and left him. Called that man dead weight. He could be in somebody's business right now. We could be having more than 4 matches on Survivor Series. Are you ready to do our speed round?
No, he does not need his hat. No, what is he, Beyonce? No, they're not information.
You know what? I really like that hat.
And the gloves.
It was amazing.
We're not, no. You know what?
It was like,
whatever.
Okay.
They can do their bougie selves, whatever makes them happy.
All right, speed round time. Ding, ding, ding. I'm gonna make a video next time, and then we'll have a speed round segment. All right. The feud that New Day will have is being built on Twitter. Jay tweeted yesterday, and they have been tweeting back and forth. This is what I've been waiting on, because I knew that because Xavier has been targeting Jay for a minute now. But I will tell you, I don't care, because Jay and the New Day, they have amazing matches when you put the Usos and them together. Austin was supposed to be Lane Pickle with the Vision.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm just,
Am I supposed to? Oh, I got it. LP. It took me a minute to understand what Lane Pickle is. You know what? If they had kicked out somebody and added him, that might have worked. Maybe. I don't know. I still don't know. Anyway, speed round, because I don't have nothing nice to say. I'm not doing it. Okay. All right, men's war game match. Who you got? CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, the Usos, and Roman Reigns versus the Vision, Braun, Bronson, and Logan Paul, who's part of the Vision now, okay? Drew McIntyre and Brock Lesnar with Paul Heyman.
I'm going to say the Vision because I think Cody's going to turn on everybody.
I'm going to pick Roman's team for once. All right, women's war game match. Rhea, Io, Alexa, Charlotte, and AJ versus Nia, Lash, the Kabuki Warriors, and Becky Lynch.
I'm going to say AJ and Rhea and Io, Charlotte, and Alexa. Because can I also talk about how I like their entrance music? How it blends in. Each song blends. I said, oh, see, that's how you come out as a unit. Everyone gets a little bit of shine, but it all met. I like that.
I guess I'm picking the opposite team. It must be opposite team day. Nia, Lash, the Kabuki Warriors, and Becky. Because I think Nash, that's what I'm thinking. Nia and Lash are actually getting ready to take off. So
I mean, they can still take off. I just think they're going to lose.
I don't know. I mean, Becky, I don't know. All right, Intercontinental Championship match. John Cena versus Dominik Mysterio.
John.
I say Dominik gets his belt back.
But then how is Gunther supposed to get the belt?
Oh, that's right. Jesus. I really hate this booking. It's not working for me. Listen. I'm still going to go with Dominik. It's fine.
Okay,
it's fine.
That's fine.
You going to go with Cena?
Yep.
All right, and a Women's World Championship match, because there's 4. Sorry. Stephanie Becker and Nikki Bella. Sorry.
Bea.
I mean, that's how you say it. Sorry.
I'm going to say Nikki just because I think they're going to do it.
Stephanie, because absolutely not. We are in opposites today. It is opposite day. What is going on? We talked about this, Faith. I think that I knew that they're going to have Gunther. I think it was last week that we talked about this. I know that they're going to have Gunther against Cena. There's no way that doesn't happen. But I don't know that he needs the belt. That's my point. The match is still the match, regardless. You still get to retire John Cena. So to me, it has to absolutely be somebody who is a heel character. I think it's Gunther. But anyway, It's going to be a fun ass weekend. I don't know about nobody else. I'm excited about some food. Yes, Tanisha picked her.
I picked Nikki.
It's opposite day. I don't know what's going on. This is going to be the funnest predictions that goes up on Patreon. Go ahead and scan that code.
Okay, so pop the tea. No, don't pop the tea. Well, yeah, pop the tea. What's the tea?
So what if it's not Gunther? I would put the belt back on Dom too. Makes more sense to me. I didn't know why they let it go off him in the first place. Didn't make sense. Well,
But
I did because it was Boston.
Sorry. But I also told you why. Because they wanted to retire him as a Grand Slam champion.
That's right. And that makes sense. But I whatever, give it back. That's how I feel. Give it back.
Okay.
Just give it back.
Oh, right.
You don't need to. Dom looks better with 2 titles. Just gonna say it. Also, maybe Liv comes back. We've been missing her for a while. Just saying. Did y'all check out Becky's new role? She's in some kind of Star Trekky type thing.
I ain't scared of Nessa. You make me scared of Nessa.
What if the one to retire Cena is of Samoan heritage? Like Solo? I mean, he's also a heel, I guess. I don't know if I see that. I'm sorry. I'm gonna still ride with Luther right now.
They know what they're doing with Solo now either. They just have him as a mob boss.
He is a mob boss. It's a mafia. Solo already beat Cena. We need to see that again. You know what, Candace? I love when y'all fighting in the comments. Y'all make it so entertaining to be here watching this. Y'all are the best in the comment section.
Oh, you mean Jay? You mean Jay?
So is Jay? Well, Jay can't turn heel.
See, this is a problem. You know what?
I'm done with the tea today. I'm done. I think we've reached it. It's been 1 minute and 36. 1 hour and 36. Gunther is a smoke screen. You know what, Faye? We'll have to see. We're gonna have to see because I don't know. I see Gunther as someone who they are not going to let just be. I just can't see it. I can't see them being like, Gunther, lose. I don't see it. I don't see it happening. They don't let that man lose 98% of the time at all.
My bad. I love you.
What was you doing?
He said nothing. I'm not going to repeat it.
Anyhow. Thank you for joining us today. No, I'm kidding. So this is our reminder. We want to wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. We want to remind you to check out yesterday's live stream with JT, and it was magical and it's wonderful and it's up on YouTube and on our website. We also want to remind you to check out Aftermath because, of course, you want our take on a DC sniper because it's not what you think. I'll tell you that.
And also yesterday, Dallas made an appearance at the end.
He did. Dallas made a special guest appearance.
And gave a little snippet as well. So
that was exciting. So with that, again, we want you to be safe and happy. Don't spend too much money on Black Friday.
Actually, you're not supposed to be spending no money on Black Friday. You're supposed to be boycotting. Y'all should have bought yourself last week. Sorry.
Why she ain't tell me this?
I did tell you this. And the amount of times you on social media, you didn't see that we were supposed to be boycotting. No.
Anyhow, I did that. I missed it.
Did you buy stuff already?
I need to buy a microwave. What am I supposed to do? Wait?
Yeah, wait. Yes, wait.
My husband told me to buy it on Black Friday, and you're telling me to not shop on Black Friday? I feel like these are mixed messages I'm getting in my life. Okay? How am I supposed to be doing the right thing here? Anyway, with that, we want to remind you that you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and Threads. And yeah, I can't remember the other one. So where can they listen to us, Tanisha?
Oh, God. Y'all can listen to us at iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Amazon Audible, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube Music, think that's it. You
That's
can
right.
also follow us individually. Me, Tanisha_Mama Pod on Instagram and on TikTok. Kiara at Kiara Mama Pod on Instagram, Facebook, and Content Vixen on X.
Right. Where I'll be tweeting on during Survivor Series and also sometimes threading during Survivor Series too. We'll see. I don't know. We might do both. We might do one. You have to follow me to find out. They can visit our website.
Wait, the wrestling boycotting. We're not boycotting wrestling. It was Black Friday.
We're not boycotting wrestling. He said his daughter's birthday. Happy birthday, John's daughter.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
And obviously, I would suggest you had already bought something, John. You was running late. What is happening? Says the person who definitely didn't buy her son's birthday present to his birthday. But I'm just saying, you should have bought it already, John. You should have bought it already. You can also visit us on our website, maineventmamaspodcast.com, where you can see our blogs. You can listen to all the videos from all of our live streams are on there now. They're loaded directly up there for you guys. You can see our content, our blogs, our everything. Y'all know the deal. It's been a long, long week. All the content we got to you this week is all on the website as well. So if you just want to go one place to find us, hit it up. And don't forget our store where you can get your mama gear, because there's some amazing stuff that we'll be modeling for you soon. These awesome hoodies, hats, shirts, and a notebook for adulting, because if you're struggling like us, you get it. You get it. It's an experience. Ooh, Faith, we got to get back to you on that, because I feel like we have a previous situation that we're planning for WarGames with some other family members. So I don't know if we can join you guys, but we'll definitely be in the chat. You let her buy out Claire's last weekend. You know what, John? You're an excellent dad. I want you to know that.
Did they have a good sale? Was it like the buy one get two free, or like did they have a good sale? Because I can definitely go there, because Claire's is the joint.
We want to thank you guys for hanging tight in our chat, for keeping us laughing, for keeping us busy, for sharing the tea, for stirring the drama. And with that, we want to say, yeah. And with that, we want to say we're not new to this.
We're true to this. That's not the line, but anyway, this is Main Event Mama's live.